Hello, and welcome to another episode of Waypoint, the AirMed&Rescue podcast. Today I'm talking to Krister Genmark, Senior Vice President of Revenue at Vellox Group. So, I'm speaking to you at Verticon in Atlanta, Georgia. How many times have you been to Verticon or previously Heli Expo? And how are you enjoying the show this year so far?
It probably goes at least 14, 15 years back.
Yeah.
So I actually missed it 2 years ago. I remember posting a video on LinkedIn, how sad I was, but just had a baby at that time. So it was for a good reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
But missing Verticon, it's hard because
Yeah.
it's a great show and it's a lot of people that you know.
Yeah.
Comes here every year, and that's the time you get to see them. So amazing to be here. Love the show. Best show in the industry.
Yeah.
No competition. This year for us, it's extremely exciting. Last year, we came in very fresh as the Vellox Group. New brand, old brands coming together, forming a new brand. But of course, there was a lot of, who are you? What's going on? No one knew us. This year, that message have landed.
Yeah.
And now people are curious.
Yeah.
Very curious to get to know who we are, what we're providing, what we bring to the table. So the conversations are different.
And you've been in aviation, working aviation for about 20 years or so. Previously to that, you were in the Amphibious Marine Corps in Sweden, is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. So grew up in Sweden, and at the time, you didn't really have an option. You had to go.
Yeah.
But you could kind of pick and choose what you wanted to do, and that was my wish to serve in the Amphibious Corps and stay there for quite a while as a volunteer after, and then also UN peacekeeping mission.
Right.
Which a lot of my love into mission operations came about, which is still something I feel strongly about. Then right after that, went into the aviation track as I grew up next to an Air Force base, later moved close to Stockholm and Arlanda International Airport. Started out as a baggage handler.
Oh, really?
And here I am.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting ride over many years.
And was that something that you'd always wanted to get into aviation?
I would say so. Early in my life, I said I grew up next to an Air Force base. Our daycare mom, neighbor mom, her husband was a fighter pilot. So as a 3-4-year-old, looked at this fighter pilot coming home, and you're like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to do. That didn't really happen, but that's when the love for really anything that was moving up in the air came about, and since then I stuck to it and no regrets. Don't really want to go anywhere else.
No, it's one of the best industries.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And so you mentioned Vellox Group's been around for a year. You joined them as a Senior Vice President of Revenue. What changes have you seen in the last year? Like you say, the conversations have changed, certainly, but what else sort of internally has changed? What sort of goals have you accomplished, and what do you hope to be bringing forward into the next year?
Yeah, so of course when you merge companies, some of our companies merged a little bit earlier than the year before Vellox come about. A lot of that work was done with 2 of the 4 that came in a little bit later. Then of course mid last year we had our maintenance piece joining as well. Yeah. So throughout the year, it's two tracks really, the technical and the human side of things. Yeah. I would say both equally challenging in a good way, where we're trying to bring the products together and see how they can interact with each other and eventually contribute to the unified platform that we're looking to see in the near future. On the human side, of course, it's to bring, let's say, silos together, right? Yeah. Everyone operating at their own pace, in their own way, with very established brands and cultures. Yeah. And how do we bring that together to the Vellox culture? Yeah. And without letting go of the old, because there's good things, right?
Absolutely,
but trying to get that together. Luckily, we have a lot of really, really amazing people, and we've been able to build a strong culture and a strong brand that we're honestly very proud of. And going into the next step, personally, I feel at this point right now, I'm still in this moment, have some offer letters out for some additions to the team.
Okay.
And we're going in here to 2026 with a team that can execute on our promises to our customers open up for new conversations with a lot of operators out there. And I think a lot of them have also been waiting for this to see that come together. And now they're confident enough that we're on the right track.
Yeah. And talking of your separate, bringing together separate parts of the operation and the cultures, how do you manage that if they're all sort of disparate and spread out? Because I guess you're a global company, and your clients are global clients. How do you smooth over the working environment to make it all integrated into Vellox?
Right. Good question. So on our side internally, what we're trying is to, and you're absolutely right, everyone is spread out. A lot of people working from home. We have different offices in New Zealand, in Australia, in the US, and France. So it is a challenge to bring everyone together. But for example, early this year, we brought the whole, what we call the revenue team, which is customer success, account, and SMEs and sales. We brought everyone together, came out here to the US, spent a week together to really get to know each other. And so we're on the same page, right? And we're doing that across the company. We're also trying to do the same with our customers. So we've introduced the Vellox Expo. That's happening here in April in San Diego, where a big chunk of our US customers is going to join us. And then we had the Vellox Connect that we had in Cologne late last year. And we'll have that this year as well, plus another Vellox Connect in Australia as well towards the fall. So we're trying to bring the customers in physically, if you will, again. And then, of course, the message to the customers as well that are not able to come is a unified, this is us, not the silo. And hopefully they also see the benefit of the strength of the numbers. You might have had 2 support people before, now you have 10.
So can you just explain a little bit about Vellox as a company, what services it does provide, and what its sort of total mission is as a unified organism?
Yeah, definitely. So I just came from a conversation here with a partner of ours. The challenge today for many operators is a fragmented software suite, if you will. They have many different softwares that might work great individually, but there's a lot of data living in silos. And that's really what we're trying to do, is to bring that data forward that can be so useful in your operation, primarily for safety, of course, but also for other use cases, and put that in front of the right individual in your organization at their fingertips and in a easily digested way. So you can actually make informed decisions that impact your operations. And what we're bringing together is a maintenance piece, a tracking piece, fleet management piece, operations and safety, and dispatch. So those pieces coming together and hitting in the right areas in your organization should give you that increased ability to make informed decisions.
Great. And so our audience is special missions, which includes aeromedical, public safety. How does Vellox tailor its services for that particular sector in a different way from perhaps the air transport or cargo customers that you have?
Well, a big piece there is just what I talked about, to being informed at the right moment. Here we're talking about people that are saving lives, right? In many cases. And they can't wait for that information to a post-flight briefing. They need that right there at that moment to make that decision. And I think it's important to highlight that the operators, the one operating, for example, the helicopter, their skill set is to accomplish this mission. Right? And the more accurate, timely information they have, they can make safe decisions. Saving lives faster and making sure they are safe and not putting themselves at risk either.
And you've mentioned the sort of integration of the solutions together so that they sort of the platforms feed into each other, and you have the data at your fingertips. Did these various platforms all previously share a sort of common architecture that could be modified for the integration, or was there more work to make it unified?
Somewhat. Some of the softwares we've had integration previously with each other, but the way we approach it right now is to build a commonality between the architectures. And as you know, with last few years, the development within software development has made leaps with the AI, right? So there's a lot of things we can do that historically might have taken years can now happen very, very fast. Create that platform, and you'll see here soon us launching new modules that comes from that platform thinking in a new format.
I mean, while you're you've reached a question I was going to ask later. These modules, can you talk a bit more about them now, or do we have to wait until they're sort of released for?
I can definitely talk on the concept of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about our portfolio of softwares today and how they come together, our first step is, of course, to bring it into a, if you will, single sign-on platform.
Mm-hmm.
So if a customer uses two or more products, right, they go to one place and then they go pick whatever tool they're using. Now, in that platform, what you will also see is new modules that might span over several of our softwares.
Okay.
Let's say a quoting module that might be beneficial for whatever software you use, that might live then in the modular platform. So you can access it right there, but then it connects to the other softwares you use.
Great. And you mentioned connectivity.
Mm-hmm.
What were and are the challenges for connectivity between the sort of different areas that people use the software for, and how does Vellox solve the user experience?
Mm-hmm. I think the latter part of what you're saying there is really the challenge.
Yeah.
The connectivity between the products in this day and age is not that challenging. There's a lot of opportunities to do that. It's more so, how do you use that data in, once again, a way that makes sense for the one needing the data.
Yeah.
And we work a lot on different reporting features that can pull that data, put it up in the dashboard in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where you really need to be creative to create something for the different roles in the operation.
Mm-hmm.
And we work very closely with our operators, especially in the mission space,
yeah.
To understand what they need at their fingertips.
That was going to be my next question. So you have a lot of user feedback from your clients, do you?
Yes.
Yeah. And you work with them.
Yeah, and it's crucial, right? They're really building the software for us.
Yeah.
We're the technical piece of it.
Yeah.
And we can make it happen. But it doesn't make sense for us to go to market and say, hey, here's a great software, figure out how to use it.
Sure.
So let's do it the other way around and say, hey, what do you need? And luckily for us, with the brands that came into this group, there's a lot of history and a lot of strong customers with a lot of experience that really knows what they need.
Yeah.
So we have that to our advantage, and I would very much like to say that we're building this together moving forward.
Excellent. And you've mentioned the modules. Are there any other areas for expansion that Vellox are aiming for, do you think? And sort of, is there somewhere that you can see the industry changing, or is there a need that's not serviced by the industry already that you think you can supply to your customers?
The short answer is yes.
Yep.
I think there's a big need for that unified platform, which might include more than we have today.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're afraid of seeing where we can go with that.
No.
We're very open to whatever we are suggested by customers and the industry itself. And I'm sure you guys are hearing that as well when you walk in the floor here and talk to people. So we try to keep our ears and eyes open and understand what people are looking for, and then we're happy to embark on that journey and see what we can create. So we're not locked in. This is all. These are the boundaries we have.
Yeah.
We'll definitely explore beyond that.
Excellent. And I think while you're at Verticon, is there anything else that you're promoting or any upcoming news that your clients and potential clients would be interested in hearing about while you're here that going forward will be of interest to them?
So one of our big releases here was the Spider X Pro, which is a part of our fleet management piece. And while many of our customers are already using our Spider X, which is still very valid and still going to be used for many, many years, there is now an option to upgrade to the Spider X Pro, or if you're new customer, you can go straight into that
Sure.
space as well. And it's in line with what I talked about previously, being able to get more data out of your operation, right? It's a hardware that is elevated with more connectivity in the cockpit, and will be able to pull more data that you can use in the web platform piece of that, and feed into the other pieces of your operations suite.
And who would be the ideal customer for that?
Well, we have 2,700 customers, all the way from, crop dusters, one-man shows to big companies.
Yeah.
I see it as being a huge benefit for maybe our larger operators that are now very keen to use more than one of our products as well, to integrate with the other products. We've seen during the show here that there's been a lot of interest in our maintenance piece, which is the latest addition. A lot of questions around that and how that can connect to your daily operations.
So you're not just targeting like the large operators. You have a product that's like you said, for the single farming agricultural element to a large, huge hens operator.
Correct.
So everything.
Yeah, if you look at our customer base, it's really everything in between.
Yeah.
We don't close the door for anyone, and we make sure that we have a model that fits, small and big in this space. So definitely.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me today, Krister. And I'd love to hear anything that's happening with Vellox in the future. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it, John. It was a pleasure to be here.
Cheers.
Until next time.
And that's all we have for you today. My thanks go out to Krister for talking to me, and to you for listening. Until next time, fly safe and take care.